Hello everyone, welcome back to Mad About Cards and Crafts. Today I am sharing a quick Slimline shaker card using the Birthday Fairies from the August release at 7 Kids Craft. Let me give you a quick peek at this stamp set. It is oh so cute with about 3 or 4 different sentiments on it. I am also going to be using the Slim Stitch Scallop Circles die from Pink Fresh Studio, also found in Kelly's shop. These are some digital papers that I built in my Silhouette studio. I put 2 rectangles 4x9 and filled them with the paper and then printed them out on my printer and cut them out using my Stampin' Up! Paper cutter. The papers are so pretty. This is from Heartfelt Creations. It is an acetate sheet, a really thick acetate sheet. I love their products. I am going to take this over to my Gemini and cut this rose pattern paper up. I'm looking to see which one I want to back it with, and the polka dots was the winner. I will take that and the piece of acetate over to my Stampin' Up! Cutter, and I will cut those down to the same size as that Pink Fresh Studio die cut, which is 3.5 by 8.5. I'm putting some art glitter glue on the back and laying that sheet of acetate down. Then I'll bring in some Scotch 3M foam tape, and you can see that I covered the majority of the back with that. I have no idea why I took the backing off before I put the sequins in. Big mistake. Don't do what I do. See, I'm picking them off because some of them landed on the adhesive. So I don't recommend you taking your adhesive off first, but for some reason I thought that I needed to. I'm going to put these beautiful little sprinkles in. I'm not sure where I got them. They're little flowers. One thing I am going to recommend to you, if you think that you have too many sprinkles in, you don't add more, because here I clearly see when I turn it over that I need more sprinkles. I did treat the inside of those circles with an anti-static tool just so that those little sprinkles would not attach themselves to the Scotch 3M foam tape. Now I'm going to put some art glitter glue down on the back because I did have to pick off several of those little flowers, and I am going to lay that polka dot panel that I cut previously to 3.5 by 8.5. Isn't that cute? Oh, those little sprinkles are just absolutely adorable. I'm going to adhere the back of this to that striped paper. That striped paper will then get adhered to a card base, which I cut from Nina Solar White cardstock, 80-pound cardstock. It was cut to 8 by 9, and I scored it at the 4-inch mark. I also printed my paper on Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock as well. So that is a nice sturdy card base. Let's get to coloring. I'm not going to show you all of the coloring. I started with light green and pale green. Most of the greens, actually all of the greens, are the same color, so I'll just show you a couple pieces that I colored. I lay down my darkest color and wash it out, and then or my lightest color, I'm sorry, and then I will come back in and I will deepen those tones after they dry. I'm going to do the same with this cute little fella here, this little male fairy, and I'm going to start by actually laying my darkest color down, bringing in a little bit of the lighter green, and then I will wash that out with a little bit of water. I have stamped these using VersaFine Black Onyx ink, and I stamped it onto Bristol Smooth cardstock. I'm coloring his pants with mid brown and then coming in with deep brown, which will be my darkest color. Using Bristol cardstock with zigs is probably the best paper that I have found. It just blends very smoothly. Here's where I'm coming back in and redefining some of those creating some depth and contrast and where the shadowing would be. So see how much more it pops once I add this deep color back into these leaves. And zigs is one of my favorite ways to color. I haven't used them in quite a while. I love watercoloring. If you've been watching my channel for any time, you know that I do love watercoloring. So it's fun, especially with the bright colors that the zig markers have. It was really fun to use them. What I did to start out off camera that I don't show is I have all of the zigs swatched out. So I just held the pinks up to the paper, and that's how I figured out that the geranium red and the pale rose was going to give me the best match for those roses. That geranium red has a very pink undertone, and so mixing it with the rose was just perfect. I absolutely love that color combination, especially with this paper. If you haven't been over to Kelly's shop, if you missed out on the release hop that we had, I will link her store in the description box below along with this stamp set. I'm also going to link her Facebook page, which is 7 Kids Customers Create. Over there, you'll be able to see all of the projects that her design team that is featured on Facebook and Instagram has created, as well as links to all of the videos that have been created for the 4 stamps that Kelly released for the month of August. It was a fantastic release. We had some school fairies, we had a pizza parlor and some pizza kids, and this fabulous birthday fairy set. We do have another hop coming in September. It will be on September 12th. So mark your calendars. It is going to be a spooky release, if that gives you any indication of what you're going to be seeing. So make sure that you head over on the 12th and follow us on that hop. So I'm coloring the skin tones. My favorite colors are flesh and almond pink. The almond pink is not a pink pink. It's kind of more of a peachy pink, but then I do bring in a little bit of the pink to add to the little fairy's cheeks, because I just thought that those little puffy cheeks needed to be super rosy. Here I am, I'm going to start on the hair, I believe. And for the hair, I began with the color Oatmeal, which is a very light, kind of like a beigeish color. And then I'll bring in a little bit of the mid brown to darken it up, and that will blend it out. It will give her a little shadowing underneath her hat, where the hat would be creating that shadow as well. This mouse is so adorable. Is this not such a cute mouse? I just love the little face. I decided that obviously the mouse was going to be gray, and I decided to use mid gray. I concentrated a lot of depth under the hat, around the ears, where the string was going around his face. I apologize. I am partly out of screen. I didn't realize that at the time. That left side of his face would also be in the shadow, and I was so happy with the way that he turned out. I just thought that he was really cute. I debated whether or not to color the eyes. Sometimes I will color those whites in with color, but this time I decided not to. I used the almond pink on his ears. I used fluorescent yellow, fluorescent orange, and orange on that flame. This is pink. The pink is a really vibrant pink, and so I will add a lot of depth with that. And then I'm going to wash it out with the water, and then I'll come back in with a little bit of the pale rose, and that will just soften it just a little so that it goes with the rest of the compilation, so all the colors look good together. I did use that pink on the roses, or the little flowers, as well. So I laid the pink down, and then I washed it out, and then I concentrated a little more of the pink in the center to get that depth. For the flowers on her hair, I used pink and English lavender, so a very light touch of pink, and then I brought in a heavier hand of the English lavender to give it that touch of purple. For her hair, there are not very many blonde tones, and I wanted her to be blonde, so I will come in with the fluorescent yellow to begin with, and then I will wash it out with oatmeal, and it'll give her kind of a sandy blonde look. I'm using those same green combinations here, just doing a light touch. These are super small areas, so I'm not using a whole lot of water. I'll do a little bit of washing out and blending, but not a lot. I used the pink in this spot too, and then I decided to come in with that geranium red in the corners, excuse me, to add a little bit of depth. And then I will color the cake itself almond pink. I did come in with one other green tone. For this cake part, I used, let me look at my pens real quick. I used green shadow, so I added a little green shadow to try to make it look a little bit lighter, which I think I was able to achieve that. I don't think that I listed that color. All the products, except for the zig markers, I'll just list the zigs. I purchased mine at Amazon, so my link will be to Amazon, but everything else will be listed in the description box below. So if you have any questions about this, you can leave me a question in the comments section, and I would be more than happy to answer that. I'm going to come in and color the mouse's hat with that pale rose, leaving some white space, washing it out, and that's going to be my card. I will add 3M foam adhesive to the back of the majority of these images, not my little leaf. Here's where I start adding the foam tape. Actually, I'm not using 3M foam tape. I'm sorry. I'm using scrapbook.com 1/4 inch foam tape, which works really well in small spots, and I really love that foam tape. So if you're looking for a thin foam tape, this one is absolutely fantastic. I would highly recommend it. I did stamp out the sentiment using the same VersaFine ink, and it says, "Wishing you an enchanted birthday." That's Nina Solar White cardstock. It's just a scrap piece that I had. Then I used an MFT. It's not expired. It is discontinued. I'm sorry. Stitch sentiment strip, just so that I could get it straight. Just a straight line, because I'm really not good with my trimmers on getting straight lines. No matter how many ways I line things up, I always manage to get something crooked. But aren't they super cute, all popped up? I absolutely love the way this card turned out. Leave me a comment in the box below. Let me know which one of these images was your favorite. Do you like the little fairy boy? Is the mouse, the girl with the birthday cake, or that cute one that's super excited up at the top with the cute pink cheeks? Which one of these images is your favorite? I would absolutely love to know. And I am going to leave you now with just a couple of, actually just one still shot of my card, and then there will be some videos at the end of this. If you're interested in seeing more of what I create, I would absolutely love for you to click on any of those links. Here's where I bring in my diamond stickles. I'm going to add a little sparkle and shine to their wings, and that will be my card. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe. Ring the bell so that you're notified when I upload a video. And again, leave a comment if you have any questions, and let me know which of these characters is your favorite. Have a fabulous day.